Welcome to Phase 2, Episode 4. Thanks for tuning in for your listening and viewing pleasure. We have a special treat for you today. Recently retired, aspiring entertainer and comedian, father of three, Tony Akins. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, thank you. Comedian though, don't put comedian on
No,
it.
you're a clown. I said clown.
My bad. Hold on. Quick
This
redo
fool's
that
a
again.
clown.
I'll take a clown. Don't say comedian though. That means you gotta actually say something funny.
My bad. We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out.
Just throw in clown. I like clown.
We're not cutting that shit out.
So yeah, man. Well, shit. Well, how you been, man? I mean, tell us, man. You've been real busy lately. I know that.
Man, I've been actually living my best life, man. After retiring, get to spend time with the family, the kids, wifey, trying this new thing with being on TV. Mm-hmm. It's a new experience, It was I was nervous at first, but I've gotten used to it, and
But you got to be happy to be out of the Sukso, man. I mean, being out of the dorms and being out of that life.
That's the best part. That is the
What
best
was it like meeting your family for the first time?
It was weird. I had these 3 little kids kept calling me daddy.
They're bigger.
Well, one's little, 2 of them got bigger.
You got what now? You got like 12 kids now? How many kids you got?
We got 7. Okay. We're working on 3 more, trying to get us a full basketball team.
You're trying to get a full team, right?
Yeah, full team, co-ed.
Okay, so we got Ace, we got Malia, and we got brand new on the stage is TJ. Now, I've only known him as TJ. I know him because he's the same age as my son, Jack. Is TJ Tony Jr.?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
You narcissistic son of a...
Exactly. You know what? I tried, when I had my first son,
That's
Ace.
pressure.
When I had my first son, Ace, I was like, you know what? I'm giving him his own name, live
His own life.
So then as I see him getting older, I'm like, damn, I should have named him me. So when I had my third, I was like, I'm definitely going to name him Anthony Taeyong Akins.
So he's like Jesus Shellsworth. Like Ace, he got a pass. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Whatever
Ace is free.
TJ's
Leave
going to
it
be
alone.
like, practice.
Yo, you
dribble.
better listen to everything I say. We going to the
guy.
workshop.
But
Poor
TJ
guy.
looks like a beast. Like he's like, you can look in his eyes and he's like, I'm ready to hoop.
Yo, TJ's different.
Like
How
like,
so?
All right, like with Ace, when he was little, he was kind of like Jack. Like, I don't want to see the ball.
Okay.
I don't want no rough housing.
forehead.
No, he got that from you.
We're gonna
He got a 5 there, bro.
We're going to address this later.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Ace at basketball practice, I was like, wait, Tony, where's your boy at? And he's like, that's him right there in the middle laying down.
Laying down, he's making snow angels on the basketball court.
Oh, it's
I'm
not even
like,
snowing.
I told my wife, I said, babe, I can't go see this anymore. From now on, I can't take it. My heart can't take it. But then with TJ, he like from the get-go, anytime some balls come by, he got to go get it. He'll throw them on the ground. He's really smart with his eyes and hands and feet. Like it's different. It's different. Like he reminds me of my daughter. My daughter's like that too.
Your daughter's like more sporty.
Yeah, she'll climb up, in the doorway, and she'll climb up there with her feet, go up to the top, be like, Dad, look at me. And she'll come down, come all the way down. I'm like, babe, please don't hurt yourself.
But Ace looks like he might be coming around because
No, Ace is coming around, though.
I saw him on TV. You were just on a show, kind of a family show,
Yeah.
and saw Ace, and he was kind of saying he wants to. start hooping now.
No. Ace has changed in this last 6 months. I would say, like he's starting to understand his body because he got a hell of a body. Like
Yeah, I mean,
his
athletic.
ass is like on the top
Okay,
of his.
not okay.
Oh, no cussing or?
no.
Okay, let's just,
okay.
Let's,
My bad.
let's just
Hey,
say in the basic like field day games, like when the school maybe recess, would you say Ace is faster than his other
Absolutely.
friends? Can he jump higher than his other
Absolutely.
friends? Yeah,
Absolutely.
So now it's just adding the coordination.
This is
and the skills.
This is
It's the
mental.
skills
This
now.
is his mental.
Okay.
Once
I
he
mean-
wants it.
like when that show came out and they did like the private interview with Ace and he was like, I want to be like my dad. Like that like hit me.
Oh,
'Cause, like,
man, what?
Because like, I mean, I'm sure it hit you obviously as a dad.
Tony didn't stop crying the whole show. I was like,
Bro,
damn,
time
Tony.
out.
Tony, suck it up, be a
Listen.
man.
They had the air-conditioned fan
Oh, the air
blowing
conditioning?
straight into my eyes. I
I
had
was
my
like,
eyes
man.
so dry.
When I saw you on that show and I saw you crying for like literally an hour straight, I was like, Tony's become Korean.
Yo, hold
Like,
on,
Tony's
man.
Korean
Let me
now.
drink some water, man. These dudes is killing
In
me.
Atlanta, Tony Akins would have been like, oh, that ain't nothing. Chante Pung, he's more of a softer.
I got you.
Yeah.
Man, I got 3 kids, man. I'm soft, man. What do you want me to tell you?
I feel you.
I'm soft as hell right
I
now,
got
man.
two.
I'm Tubu. I'm too boo.
No, I saw it, man, but it hit though, like, you know, because I remember like when Ace was running around, like, you know, is he like in sports, whatever. But then you and him were playing video games a lot together. Then I saw that and I was like, man, is Ace gonna turn the corner? Ace might be the next thing.
No, I'm telling you.
That's probably like seeing dad around the house more, and you know, you hoop a lot, and you know, we get together and do open gyms still and play 3-on-3. So that's probably a big part of it, just seeing you not just from afar at the stadium, but like every day, like just doing stuff.
And I don't really mind him being a late bloomer because I feel like for me, because I kind of bloomed early. That's why I didn't grow after like the height of
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I was a monster.
I heard you were chain smoking when you were like 11.
Come on, man. I didn't start that till I came out. Listen.
Okay. Keep going on the late bloomer. Late bloomer. Okay.
When I was like 11, 12, I was a beast, man, because I was as tall as everybody, and I had weight.
Come on, man. We don't have any witnesses. E, do you believe that horse shit?
Listen.
You were tall.
So wait a minute. So we can cuss on the show. Then you just cuss.
It's not a show. It's a podcast, bro.
I mean, on this podcast, it's still a show.
You can say any fucking thing you want.
Well, goddamn it, then.
Except for that. Come on, bro.
Well, oh, my bad.
Cut.
But no, I was a beast back then, but I stopped growing. So, like, anyway, from my point of view, I know how it is to be like early. Is it called early bloomer?
You were an early bloomer. You peaked early.
Peaked early. So, but I see now when I was older playing professional sports, I would see a lot of athletes who would peak late. And I definitely see the positive in that. I think you get a different aspect. You get a different level of hunger.
Yeah.
You know, something that you've been wanting for a long time.
Joel Embiid, they say he didn't play basketball till he was like 15, 16.
Look at him. He's an animal.
Yeah.
He's an animal, bro. Like, there's something with late bloomers, so I don't mind.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, like, so you're saying basically like it was all downhill after you were 11?
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna say it was going up. Then after 11, it started plateauing like this.
So you had a meteoric rise.
Oh, I was a beast. I was like LeBron James before LeBron.
Okay,
James.
Don't just take LeBron's name out of your mouth. Like,
but you were playing in LA at the time.
He just compared himself to LeBron James.
I was in LA.
You were in LA,
getting it in.
Okay,
in the mud.
So here's a point of confusion. Tony, you out here repping every damn city. You know, are you ATL?
I represent the world. I represent the world.
Are you Chunju?
Look at me. In my face, I look like I'm Southeast Asian.
Yes.
I represent that.
Okay. I don't know if that means you represent it. It's just you.
What do you mean? If
you
I
resemble it.
No, if I go out there and people think I'm Southeast Asian, then I'm representing it. Right?
Well, I would say this. At home, we have a lot of Indian reservations or First Nation. We go up there and people would think that we were, you know, like from the reservation. We resemble it, but we don't represent it.
We used to get that a lot. People
Come on, dog.
People think we were selling fireworks and stuff.
Nobody thought you guys were Native American.
When we went on that road trip to Idaho,
they thought you guys were Native American.
A whole bunch of First Nation guys rolled up on us and was like, "Hey, you Native, bro?"
Yeah, we used to get that a lot.
We get that everywhere.
Because like Seattle's like really multicultural and like there's a lot of like reservations and stuff. So when you go out, people would ask a lot, especially when we're playing basketball, because there's a lot of like big Native boys, you know.
Oh, okay.
Tulip.
They would ask us a lot of that kind of
all
stuff.
these places, yeah.
We got all kinds of random. They're like, are you guys like Mexican? You guys like Chinese?
When you're half, nobody knows. Even we're in Korea, nobody knows. We're in America, nobody knows.
That's true.
Like honestly, like when we got out here, people like thought that we were full white. They didn't think that we were
That was
Asian.
the first time that ever happened.
Right? I'd never been like, no one ever thought like, oh, are you German? Where are you from, the Ukraine? Like that's what people thought when we first got here. And we're like, what? Like I'm definitely Asian. They're like, oh, like how?
You ever hear any of this weird stuff? Like when you came out, people say you look like somebody, but you don't even look like him. People said I look like John Travolta, and I'm just like, you talking about fat John Travolta? You talking about Saturday Night Fever John Travolta?
And I've been telling you that for years. Dude.
Better be skinny John Travolta. You ever get any of that? Like people say you look like something that you don't look like. Like say like. Someone might say you look like a super handsome guy.
I mean, I've heard like Will Smith,
okay.
A young Denzel Washington.
No, but seriously.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson,
like Biggie Smalls.
I could see the Rock.
You see the Rock.
I could
see the Rock. Especially when I was lifting, I was Diesel.
Denzel Washington, that might be a stretch.
I mean, this is what I heard.
Come on, man.
This is John Legend. I don't like the John Legend one though.
I can see John Legend.
I hate the John Legend.
That actually, okay, I could see that.
So I look like John Legend, but I don't look like Dwayne Johnson.
Did you see Tenet? Tenet, like the movie that's out right now.
I didn't see that.
Did you know that? Did you watch Ballers, the HBO thing with The Rock? Mm-hmm. You know the main guy on that is Denzel Washington's kid? I didn't know that.
Really?
The main dude, the guy with the beard who's always getting in trouble.
The little small wide receiver?
Uh-huh.
Really?
I didn't know that was Denzel Washington's kid.
Really?
But does he look like Tony?
No.
He looked like me when I was younger, though.
Oh, come on.
When I had my
come on,
beard.
bro.
Cue my last year picture for basketball, man.
That brings up another point, man. When you had the beard, like, was it hot? I mean, like I've been trying to grow a beard my whole life.
Yo,
and it just won't come out. It
listen,
just
when
won't
I had
work,
the
man.
beard,
Like,
I ain't even gonna lie, I felt like a G.
Okay,
Like-
were you growing it out because you were losing it up here? Were you compensating?
Yo, Dad, take off,
Come on,
take off the Scully. Show
We'll get to that
everybody
in a second. We'll get to
the
that in a
movie screen you got up here on top. Show everybody what you thinking.
Okay.
All right, so wait, what were we saying?
I was making fun of you for something. Okay, making fun
now
of
you said you're talking about the beard.
Okay.
Like,
No, I'm
like,
telling you, I felt like Rick Ross, like Drake, like I was some gangster. Then I cut it off. I feel real soft, like
I thought we were gonna get more like James Harden, like a new game from you.
James Harden. Yeah,
I thought-
game. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
Eric subscribes to this whole theory. Look good, play good. Like, so his shit's
Absolutely.
always matching. He got the
Yeah,
matching shoes.
absolutely.
Me, and this is different because Eric's always been good at basketball. You've always been good at basketball. I've always been the sneaker. Like, I'm like who's the janitor coming out to play? And then I just roast people, right? So I was always the guy that nobody expected to do stuff. And then at the end of the game, I got some points. So I would, on purpose, dressed like I just got done mowing the lawn. Like, I wear jean shorts and
no,
go to open
I've
gym.
seen you for years in this league. That's what you look like.
No, but I'm saying.
Yeah, you look
But
a
you look at the
mess.
stat sheet at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he had a double-double,
Yeah.
but he looked a mess doing it.
But come on, I'm talking about open gym, bro. Open gym. You're talking about when I'm actually like
you're
trying to
actually
look good for the damn game on TV.
Oh,
I'm talking
my
about
bad.
like open gyms. You can attest. I wear sweatpants and just wear some, everyone's trying to be swaggy. And Eric's always swaggy. Back in the day, he had like the long shorts. Now he's back to the short shorts. But when we'd play open gym, I would always look a mess with a headband and like some bullshit.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't. Like, if I looked at myself in the mirror and was like, I can't go to the gym like that. If I didn't look at myself and feel proper, I couldn't play.
Absolutely,
I couldn't do it.
absolutely.
I'm
I
good.
agree.
And so the reason I asked is because in the beginning of your career, I noticed you took care, got the braids lined up, shaved head, you were going through a lot of stuff. Your last year, there were times when the beard was looking like you hadn't touched it. Like, James Harden keeps his beard like, there was
Yeah.
times when your beard
I mean,
looked like you came out of a cave, bro.
You know what happened? That's when I used to care back then.
Uh-huh.
I used to care. I used to be like, yo, I'm in Allen Iverson mode. Let me get aerodynamic.
Yes.
Get my swag. Whoop-de-whoop. When I got older, I was like, listen, I'm gonna be on this bench. I'm gonna probably get like 10 minutes. I don't even feel like shaving my beard. Barely brush my teeth.
Oh,
Like
That doesn't
I
really-
was like, I'm telling you, I
That's
didn't
another
care.
issue.
I didn't care.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care my last year.
okay.
But the fade was always nice, though.
I had to keep the fade though. You know why? Because my shit was going up
Yeah.
here. So if it's
About to
going
ask you
up
about
here,
that.
everybody, if it's going up here, you got to keep the size short. It's
I
like
know-
a balance thing.
Because I noticed when warm-ups were going, I seen you try to dunk a couple times in warm-ups, but I haven't seen you even like flirt with the rim in the years.
Yo, you see me.
And I was like,
Yo.
what? Tony looks like
Hold
he's
up.
feeling
Yo,
good.
I'm putting all this in the rim.
Hold on.
All this was hitting the rim. I was like,
E.
ooh, after the game, I had to.
E, okay. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm
You
done.
E, when you say you saw him dunk a couple times, you mean that he showed you the same video more than once?
That's-
because it only happened once. Let's be
No,
clear
it
on that.
didn't.
Let's be
It
very
happened.
clear on
It
that.
happened every warm up.
Every time you do this, you show me the same damn
How many-
video. I've only seen one video.
I
You
have multiple
You showed it to
videos.
me multiple
Hold on,
times.
but how many? It's 54 games.
Uh-huh.
I probably dunked like 40 of the games.
No, I'm saying, because like in warm-ups, I always saw you you didn't always make the dunks.
No.
That's
Definitely
true.
not.
That's
Definitely
true.
not.
But I saw you trying to dunk, and I was like, man, I remember when we had national team practice all summer, and I didn't see you try to dunk not one
Are
time.
you crazy?
No, but I'm saying, I was like, wow, Tony must be feeling good. And I was wondering if it was maybe because of the beard. Did the beard help with
No.
that aerodynamicy? Like,
You know what? I think it made me feel like I was tough. So I was like, yo, a guy who looks like how I look with this beard, you got to be able to dunk this ball.
Okay.
I was impressed. I was like, damn, Tony looks like he's,
Speaking of national team,
Okay.
that shit was so hard.
Bruh.
I didn't even want to play basketball.
Bro, I remember that
Like
whole.
that shit was ridiculous, man.
So that was probably the hardest summer I ever had playing basketball.
That was the year after I was done with national team and you guys got the next coach. So
Yeah.
I got Hudje.
See, that's
So
some
we didn't.
BS.
My experience with national team is so much different than you guys' experience. We didn't do anything for national team. Like we would go out. If Koreans were practicing, like the normal teams were practicing like twice a day, we would practice once a day. And then
Bruh.
when they say it was free at nighttime to go shoot around, you didn't have to go out. No one checked. It was
let me tell you, and Tony can tell you too. We practice 4 times a day, right? We had to get up at 6 in the hottest summer on Korean record with no AC. Like that was, not only was it hard, but like me and Tony were like out there, like it was just a complete just like menbung. Like everything was like, what? Like the practice schedule, like the amount of practice we were doing, how hard it was, 4 practices a day, the food. Like the only good thing was the
food
sauna.
was good though, right?
Bro, man, you practicing so amount, like the food.
Listen, man, it got to the point where
I used to love the food.
It got to the point where mentally I couldn't take it, so I just started being defiant on purpose. Like now I look back, subconsciously I was like, listen, let me do something so you can kick me out of this hellhole you got me in. So then at nighttime, I started getting some soju, coming into the gym, drinking with the volleyball
I think you
chicks.
guys called me one time, back then before FaceTime. I think Eric called me. I remember showing the little thing around.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you guys doing? Don't you guys got like practice game tomorrow?
I didn't care.
Bro.
And then the next game we played, I threw up on the court.
That was...
You guys played
That
together?
was the
against
game
you
before
guys.
our game.
That
I
was-
remember
yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
you know what the funny thing is?
What?
You threw up in like the first quarter. Like you didn't even play like 5 minutes.
I was hurt, bro. Though mentally I was done. This was first time in my life that I've ever seen basketball being taught like this. With this type of atmosphere, this teaching method, the recovery time. It was trash to me.
But
I couldn't do it.
For our listeners in Milwaukee that maybe don't know about Korean basketball, you guys played for the greatest Korean, like he will go down as the greatest basketball coach in Korean history.
Probably.
Do you guys agree with that? As far as wins and championships?
Yeah, I have to agree with
Like,
that.
you can't take away his record.
As much as it hurts me, I have to agree with that.
Bro, like that introduction to how they train the summertime, because I was like, man, finally, man, we're here. Yo, Tony, man, like everything that we did, we gave up our citizenships, we came here, about to play for national team, boom, dream come true. Walk into Tenon, and we're like, wait, what? Four practices a day?
You guys did 4? The first practice doesn't count. That's stretching at 6 in the morning.
No, we went to aerobics, right? Full on aerobics.
Yeah.
Then
That's
after
what I'm
that, we
saying.
run.
And then
you guys
afterwards,
were-
we
Yeah.
ran, and then we went right into moving shots.
Yeah.
That's different than what we did.
No, bro, like,
And
like,
then to make it worse, at 10 o'clock, they shut off the air conditioning in the whole building.
at night.
It's the summertime in Korea. It's humid, hot as
I already
hell.
know. And
Don't
that's an old
And I'm
facility.
And I'm
That's the
butt,
old facility.
Yo, I'm in the same room with Eric. I'm butt naked in my drawers because it's so hot. I'm just soaked.
Didn't even ask Eric if that was like okay to do.
He was in his
I
drawers
was
too.
right next to him.
What
I
are you
was like-
talking about?
So let's just talk about this. You guys all came in together. I was already in Korea. I was first generation.
Didn't tell us about any of this stuff.
I was first generation. I told you about them checks though, didn't I?
Checks with
Oh,
good.
yeah, exactly.
Dan was the worst.
It might be because of
Yo,
him.
I'm glad you said that. You were the worst, bro. Why you didn't give somebody a heads up about something?
So first of all, I didn't even really know you.
Okay, give him a heads up.
But so you guys all came in together. You guys had expectations. Now, did you guys like? Because we're all across Korea. You were in Cheonju. I'm in Daegu. Eric, you were in Seoul. Did you guys? I know you guys got close during national team. Did you guys like? Because all 3 of you, Greg, you guys were always doing interviews together.
It was mostly me and Tony. Greg was,
But what I'm saying is, did you guys like hang out before national team?
yeah,
Because I was always in
no,
Daegu.
As soon as we came to Korea, I hit you.
You were there too. We were studying at your house for the
idiot.
game. Remember, we were studying at your house for the
Yeah,
test.
but I would come over like every now and again.
That's because you were like the wangta. What's wangta in English?
We don't know. For our listeners in Kentucky.
Oh, it's the black sheep. My English has gotten so bad. I don't know what.
It's like this. Me and Tony, we came in together. We studied for the naturalization test together, and then we did most of the studying at your house back then. But you weren't there. So on your days off, when you got him, you come back. But then Tony lived down the street from us anyways, and we were like all in the same neighborhood. So
we went out. Wasn't you with us one time?
I think what happened was that year I was actually on national team, and so I would go over to KCC sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would bust Tony's ass in Street Fighter 2, and then I would come back after the game.
Everybody knows what Street Fighter 2 is. This guy is terrible.
Are
at
you
video
kidding me?
games.
And Bison?
Dog, you are trash.
Okay,
you can't
how many
do the
times you
same torpedo thing every time. I'm on the you can use
No, hold on.
every time.
I'm gonna keep doing that until you stop it. That's just basic basketball. No matter what you do,
I promise y'all,
if
that
you
is
gotta kill-
terrible. I don't even know if he won a game. Like, it was bad.
Okay.
I felt like I was beating on my son. I was
Speaking of being shitty at video games, you play League of Legends.
Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends.
Why are you talking about
Because we ride in the car together in the back of the
I'm
bus.
sensitive about
and
my
all I
Mobile
hear is you getting murked.
You know I'm sensitive about my Mobile Legends.
So what is it about that game that like what would you have thought? Like NBA 2K or
I don't know. I know Tony
Call of
loves
Duty?
games, but like I don't know any of those games anyway, so I don't know how you get good.
Listen,
but why a game that you're so bad at?
for my Southeast Asian listeners, you guys know Mobile Legends. You guys know about that. I love it. Please contact me. Somebody give me some tips on how to be good.
And if you do see Tony online, what's your handle?
No,
Just say your handle.
Never.
Please murk him. Just murk him.
Don't worry,
Murk-
everybody murks me anyway. So
I
just
think
join the party.
You need to get like a new team.
No, I
think
used
your
to.
team is weak.
I used to start off with a marksman. This is gonna be so boring, but I love it. Marksman.
I don't think so.
Marksmen are guys who like start off slow, but as you jungle and eat minions and monsters, they get stronger. They can shoot long distance. Then you have your tanks, your fighters, this stuff. Marksman is the most fun,
Okay.
but you have the most responsibility on you.
So why are you doing that position?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Tony, I'm gonna take a nap when you get done talking about this.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But y'all know what I'm talking about. The game is great.
no.
No, but like, okay, so this game, right? How do you get good at it?
I don't know.
Getting murked?
Because like obviously,
I think it's the age. I think it's the age limit. Like once you're born before some years, what are
you saying, man?
before you're
Complete
born,
your thought.
like something in your DNA will not allow you to be good at that
no,
game.
because okay, for basketball, I can get in the gym and I can turn myself into a shooter by just shooting thousand shots, right? Like the video games, same way. Because I know that like in Korea, like they have these huge like buildings where they just house kids and they have them like playing video games nonstop, like 4 hours an hour.
I think you have to have some. I think you got to know how to play those certain type of games because everybody has their roles, there's certain timing, spacing, and stuff like that.
So do you think that you could become better at this game?
I don't think so. I used to think so.
I think just let TJ do it, man. You do something else.
Yo, I'm afraid to let my ace play. He might be better than me. Then he might get grounded. If he's better than me, it's gonna be a problem.
Just put him on your team, man. He could be the marksman. You can be the guy.
No, I could be the tank. That's what tanks do. Playing tank is so boring. That's what I've been doing lately, though.
So, E, like, let's just tie this in a little bit because we had some subjects on our last thing. So the first one we were talking about like travel on our first episode. So in our first episode we talked
saw
about
that.
travel. Do you have plans? Like,
Yo, hold on. Is this couch okay? Because I saw Kobe over here.
was sweating on it?
Man, he was put a big old indention on here. Kobe.
Love you, Kobe.
It's that time, Kobe.
Love you, Kobe.
It's that time.
Do you? I know you go back every year, or you used to.
I used to.
Now with COVID, it's harder to travel. Do you have plans to go back to the States, or did you have to cancel plans, anything like that?
No, once COVID popped up, me and my wife was like, hell no.
Just
I mean,
no
good.
plans.
We're good. We're gonna see
When
it.
it's finished, then we'll think
When
about
it's
it.
finished, then we'll head back.
You don't miss like, anything.
Man, I miss it bad. But man, we have a crew now. It's 5 of us.
Wait, but how
Yeah.
about this though? Because I know obviously like you and Mina gotta miss it, but it sounds like your kids like Korea more. So
Oh yeah, they
right?
don't know anything about the States.
They don't know the States.
They
right?
don't know anything
So
about the States.
all the things that you love about, they're like, I don't even understand that.
For the first time, Ace and my daughter had some Doritos from the States.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, Dad, what is this?
No,
I swear.
You went to Costco.
We had got it from Pyeongtaek, from
Okay.
the Army base.
Got it.
And then my son was like, but the Doritos in Korea doesn't taste like this. I said, no, this is from
Shrimp
the States.
flavor,
Shrimp flavored. What is
barbecue.
barbecue?
Probably got bulgogi.
Kimchi flavor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he had it for the first time. He took the bag.
Was
went in
nachos
his
or
room.
Cool Ranch?
It was nacho cheese.
You like nacho over Cool Ranch?
I like any Dorito from the States.
E, favorite Doritos?
I'm Cool Ranch. I'm Cool Ranch.
Cool
The
Ranch.
blue bag.
You know what?
The blue bag.
I
The
like
blue
Cool
bag.
Ranch, but later on they came out with the spicy Doritos, and just
Those are good.
I like the spicy one.
But you know what I miss?
Tell me.
Flaming hot Cheetos.
Ooh,
I knew you guys was gonna love it. I missed the shit out of Flaming Hot Cheetos. Damn.
That flavor is so like sour and spicy, and then it's just red all over your fingers.
And then the next morning when you wake up, it gives you a nice surprise.
it's not good. It's
Nice
not
surprise.
good.
You're like, oh, I know what I ate
It's the
yesterday.
ramen surprise.
I must have finished the whole bag.
Okay.
The worst is when you're eating them in bed and you got the Cheeto fingers and you fall asleep or something. You wake up and there's just shit all over your bed, just Cheeto fingers, just.
No, I don't know that one.
that might be your hygiene.
That's
bro.
yours right
your
there.
hygiene,
man.
bro.
Nobody's doing that
Yeah,
one.
Cheeto fingers just, man, that might be on me then. It's bad. You watch eating Cheetos in bed.
Yo, red smudges in your sheesh. You better ask the chick what she was on.
That was a Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
She lied to you. She didn't tell you.
Damn, man. So what? So like when you go down there, like, are you kind of like breaking the kids in like little by little, giving them a snack here and there, be like, yo, this is from the States. States is good. Are you kind of like, or are they just like?
Are you trying to make them aware of their American culture, or is it just like, cool, just be Korean, be happy in the Korean
Man, I'm like,
atmosphere?
I'm like, listen, this is where you from, but this is where we live now. This is home. You're half Korean, so this is home too. Just experience everything for yourself. And like, I don't really try to be in my, like, their mom is every day with them, hands-on, hover mom. Me, I'm just more like, take a step back. If there's a problem, I'll give them some good advice. But I really want my kids to experience things. And even if it's really bad, of course you got to come to us. But if it's like some small stuff, I want them to learn how to handle it themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best
100%.
way to help them for when they're in adulthood. And with a little bit of the little bit of racism that's here, which is not bad. Nobody's gonna die. I think that's a good amount for them to overcome. Some hardships in their life.
So when you were their age, were you in LA or were you in Atlanta now?
LA.
You were in LA. So what kind of a community did you grow up in?
It was mixed.
It was mixed. So you didn't really experience a lot of like racism.
No.
I think like me and Eric too, we grew up in a predominantly white, blue collar neighborhood. And so when we were growing up, people would do the Chinese eyes like to us. They'd see mom picking us up and, everyone's Chinese if you're Asian, white neighborhood in the 80s. And so, but it wasn't like, for us, I think we cried when we were little, but then we were so much bigger than everybody.
They should just slapped them around.
If
you would have palmed them a couple times, bro, they would have been saying nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, do that shit you want to, get your ass whooped.
So do you think the racism that your kids, have experienced, like the, calling names and stuff, do you think it's worse here because there's not so much diversity out here? Or do you think it'd be worse like, in America?
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you. So after I was 13, I moved to Georgia. Now, that was some shit.
How so?
I've never been in an area where it was just all white people. Tractors, chickens crossing the road.
You're in the country now.
I was in the country. Like,
Okay.
I was...
So not Atlanta. I thought you were from Atlanta.
Well, it's Metro Atlanta.
Okay.
Listen, I told you, I rep the world.
Where are you from, man?
Hold on. Gwinnett County, baby.
You like on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm trying to track. I thought it was Atlanta. You're like, no, actually.
No, it's the same neighborhood
same state,
that
but-
Lou Will.
Witness protection.
Gwinnett County. But back then, we moved there in 93, so it was really country. Like, gas was 97 cents.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah. But being in that situation is probably the first time that I felt threatened because of my skin color.
Okay.
And I remember one time we won a middle school, this might be boring, we won a middle school championship. And then after the game, we played North Lanier, super white country hit. They talk like this during the game.
Okay, well, don't make fun of me.
No,
I
I'm
feel
just
like you're making
telling
fun of me or Eric.
If I make fun of you, I'm gonna get on that forehead. I will get on that forehead.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't sound right.
Come on.
I will get on
Yeah,
that forehead.
why?
Pause.
Okay.
That was ruthless. But after the game, some high school chick, I guess her younger brother played on the team, and she runs up to me. She's like, I can say this, right?
You can say
it's like,
it.
good game, you fucking nigger chink.
Damn.
And so, mind you, we just won the middle
your
school
mom at the
championship.
game?
My dad was there, and my uncle was there.
So how did they know to call you a chink on top of that? She did a research
Because
or
we were
something?
in Georgia where it was all white. You're either white
Okay.
or black. So they looked at me, they could see I stood
Had
out.
the Asian-
Yeah. So then afterwards, I'm 13. So I'm running after her, and my other teammates like, we know where you're. Fuck you, bitch. You're a whore. We don't know nothing. Fuck you. So then her boyfriend comes behind me and gets me in a full Nelson. Is that a full Nelson?
Yeah.
You know, like this?
Sleeper.
He helped you up?
Yeah, hand me up. Mind you, I'm little. So my dad comes out of nowhere, grabs him, puts him in a headlock, slams him against the wall. Then my uncle's there just standing there like,
Wait, how old is this kid that had you in a headlock?
maybe 16, 17.
Your dad beat up a
He didn't beat
teenager?
him up. He just grabbed him and slammed him against the wall and just held him there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nah, but it was, what you mean? I was a little baby, but really.
Yeah.
But so then that was the first time. Then after that, I've just gotten, like, even during high school games, just racist comments.
But more racist because of your Asian heritage or more racist because of your African American heritage?
It was a play on both. One game they were chanting, what they call it? Oreo. Trying to talk about me being mixed. What other games did they have? I mean, what other things did they say? I can't remember them all, but it was a lot of stuff.
I mean, they used to call us like Yao Ming and Mr. Miyagi.
Like honestly, like when someone said Yao Ming, that's like probably one like I really wanted to fight that motherfucker because I was like, look, okay, you think I look like that motherfucker? Like Yao Ming is one of like probably the ugliest basketball players ever played.
Yao Ming, if you're listening to this podcast,
sorry,
you're an NBA legend.
Like right,
but
I mean, I don't look anything like Yao Ming.
Dan kind of looks like Yao Ming though.
Oh shit.
Man, we gotta get these.
You and Yao Ming are like you and Yao got like the same forehead space capacity.
I'd be like this. If someone was like, man, you look just like Sam Cassell, would you be happy?
I think Sam Cassell would be pissed about that one.
I think Sam Cassell would be like, damn.
Yo, Sam Cassell is ugly.
Sam Cassell,
that's an ugly dude. That's an ugly dude.
I'm saying like I was like, damn, you think I look like Yao Ming? I was like, we might have to fight.
Yo, you guys watch American Dad?
Yes.
Do you know the little alien Roger?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Sam Cassell.
Yes.
Every time I see Sam Cassell, I think of the alien.
It's bad. That's how I felt though when they were like, "Yo, are you Yao Ming?"
Because they're not talking about the great skills that Yao Ming has. They're talking about how like
you look like this big Chinaman. Right? I'm like, come on, bro.
And when you play for the Globetrotters,
they got my nickname wrong.
They called him Shanghai.
Call me Shanghai.
Which we have not one drop of Chinese in
They're
us.
supposed to call you Soul.
That would be better.
Soul they could have called me the Soul Man or something. I mean,
Soul Man would have been good.
That would have been good.
You know,
but it's hard to explain to people that don't know that Korea is not part of China.
I couldn't really argue at that time. Like I was real. Thank you, Manny, for giving me the chance to play for him. But I think it was his wife that wanted the nickname. So
Shanghai works.
I was like, hey, I'm happy to be on the team.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything.
It happens.
I feel like I know Manny too. A little short, stumpy guy.
Manny Jackson.
He's
not tall.
Yeah.
But he walks with like a swag in his step though. You're like, this dude is something.
No, I know Manny.
Yeah, he got some swag when he walk around.
So this is the PhaseTwo.
So what I was saying was like, yeah. So for my kids, I feel like it is much better
here.
Okay. With overcoming that stuff than it is back in the States.
But I feel like too, just to riff off that, now's our time. Being half is like a lot cooler now than it was when we were little. When I was little,
I feel like it's gonna be in 20 more years. I feel like it's gonna be even more cool.
So we're ahead of the curve. But I remember being young, and people would be like, "You're a mutt," like whatever. Like if people wanted to make fun of me in high school, I remember we transferred out of towards the city, more diversity, and I tried to hang out with the Asian guys, and they'd be like, because they're doing cool stuff, man. They're breakdancing at lunchtime and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Asian too," and they're like, "No, you're not." Like they didn't want it. They didn't want anything. Like it took me a long time to get integrated into them, and so I just ended up hanging out with the white guys at that school.
Tell you what though, after we put on that jersey, and then people were like, "Oh, you guys can hoop." All the Asian guys were like, "Hey, yo, you one of us, right?"
Yeah.
Oh.
And then more like black people started being our friends when we started hooping.
When we first transferred in, man, they were like, nah.
In my high school, because I knew a little bit of Korean back then.
No, of all the half Koreans, how many were there? His Korean was the best, right? Better than Kimberly's, better than yours, better than mine. I think you had the best
in the beginning.
I think in the beginning, what's his face? The kid that played for KT.
Oh
yeah.
His was nice.
His was nice.
His Korean
he was because he lived here for a couple years.
But he was only here for like a minute. I blinked my eyes.
He's an idiot, man. What a dummy. I begged him not to do that.
Yeah, he should have at least finished out his 3 years.
He's a dummy,
But
man.
he played for one of your favorite coach.
Ooh.
Who, Belly? Yo, you know what's crazy? So I went to KT later in my career, and they liked him.
What's not to like about him?
They were like, I don't know why he left. Like,
you know why they liked him? I know why.
Why?
Because how he treated everyone around. Like he upped their salaries. He would
not Chun Changjin. I'm talking about
the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They liked him.
You know what I'll say about that? It's easy to like someone who's not a threat.
Yeah.
He's not taking anybody's spot. He's not getting more playing time. He's not taking your salary.
He was 23 at the time.
But he was doing all.
So imagine if you would have. By the time he'd have put 7 years in the league. By the time he's 30, he would have been playing.
Do you think he had the skill set to maybe make
compared to these guys?
Okay. Bro.
Compared to these guys?
Compare him. Okay, look. He was out. He spoke probably the best Korean out of all of us when he first came.
That's a huge advantage.
So he could integrate that way, right? Actually have Korean friends and stuff like that, which has been very tough. But like later on, like when David Michaels came, David Michaels actually playing, and he did the same thing, just left.
Yeah.
So who was a bigger dummy?
David Michaels is the biggest dummy, though.
David, for our listeners in Las Vegas.
David, I'm going to keep it straight up. You a dummy, bro. You supposed to be out here get these rice bags.
I can't even say it.
You supposed to get these
Dave,
rice
you're my
bags.
teammate.
You know, I'm going to keep it funky. You know, I don't lie. I don't front. You mad at me. But
you said he lost some rice bags.
He knows now.
He was getting rice bags last year.
He was.
What was
I know
he?
you know.
He was up there.
I know you know.
He should be out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he would have stayed, because that was like his FA year, what would he have gone at FA? I would have said at least $500,000.
At least half a
million.
million.
He wouldn't have got I think like Hoyoungi got like 300 or 400. I mean, you're talking like he probably would have made.
But salaries are going up.
He probably would have made like at that time.
I say for his FA he would have got 5. Then it would have got chopped down because you know how to do it. But he would have got 5 just to get him on for sure.
At that time,
He was 6'8".
Five is different than when we made our 5. Because like when you guys were getting your 5, that was like top. Now 5 is like middle top.
But like I felt like that was still before like Bronco got paid and all those kind of stuff.
That was before.
So like I mean I don't think he would have got.
Was it
5.
though? It might have been the same time because Bronco's been
No, I think
4 years.
I think it was
before.
after Yang Jong got paid.
Then he left.
So Yang Jong got paid. Of course, Yang Jong.
This is like 5 years ago now, 5-6 years ago, right? So
That
you're
was
talking
4
like
years ago. Because we played with him our last year, and we've been retired for 4 years.
Anyway, David, that was a dumb move.
But we love you, David, and for
you
all of
get
our
donkey
viewers,
for the day.
all of our viewers in Las Vegas.
It's like honestly more than anything. Like I wish he would have stayed out because now there's no half Korean kids in like Minsu's there still. But like
Minsu's not a kid.
Guys that we came in
Minsu's
with.
not a kid. Minsu's a big boy.
But you know,
big man.
after Minsu retires, there's no more half Koreans.
It's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
But they didn't want it anyway though.
They didn't want us here, man.
They didn't want us here to keep it funky.
They did not, man.
Minsu will never retire. That's another thing that's on the streets. Going around. Minsu's gonna
Yo,
play till
I
he's
was with
50.
him like 2 weeks ago. I said, man, play till they kick you
Till they
out and change the locks.
absolutely-
If you can mentally take it though. But I'm living my best life right now. I would never want to go back.
But I think like a lot of the guys though, like Minsu, I think he's completely comfortable. Like in that life. Like a lot of the guys that have been there for so long, it's not like they're looking at like, damn, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this. They miss the Sukso
Minsu's
life.
got
You know?
it. Great.
Like for us, because we knew what freedom was like, we come out here and we're like, damn, I gotta live in a jail cell for like however long. Like
Did y'all, speaking of racism, did y'all ever get any when y'all played overseas, other countries?
No.
they're racist as shit in France. I know that.
Listen, I played across Europe. So I played on the Eastern Bloc and on the West Side. Eastern Bloc is crazy.
I could imagine.
No, it's like that's why.
Like, give me a story. What's the worst thing that happened to you
the
out
worst,
there?
bro. Listen, I'll give you 2 stories. I'm
Okay.
gonna build up the first
2
one.
for 1.
First one, I was in Russia my first year, 22 years old. I think I might have just turned 23. I went out-
Moscow or country?
we were in Saratov. It was
So
south,
country?
Yeah, like
Okay.
5-6 hours south of Moscow. So I was there like my first month. I come to Russia, and don't get me wrong, women are beautiful. Like the girls' moms is beautiful.
So you-
Like the women at the bus stop riding bikes. Everybody was just beautiful.
We've been to Russia.
Okay, so you probably know too. So I'm there hyped. I'm like, yo, when we going out? I had 2 Africans and another American on my team. I'm like, yo, when we gonna go out? They're like, oh, don't worry, Bubba. We gonna go out here. Oh, okay.
And that was the American, right?
Yeah. No, that was the African. So then we go out. So we're there, and then they're like being real like calm, but like in a group and moving carefully. I'm like, yo, let's get turned up. Let's go. They're like, whoa, you young. You don't know. Just relax. So then it was some Russian chick in there. I stepped to her. She dancing with me, so I'm feeling her. And then I see a group of guys that they're not even with, that she's not with. Over there, they got the leather jackets on, skinheads. They're like not feeling it. So then they come up to me like, yo, let's go. This ain't it. So I'm like, man, fuck them. Like, with them smokes too. They're like, no.
Keeping it real.
They were like, no.
In the wrong spot. You can't keep it real out there.
So dude comes up, starts some beef, right? So they're trying to punk us. Mind you, the 2 African dudes in America, they're not little, but these dudes are like 8-10 deep. So then they get to fighting.
With you? Are you in the
With
mix?
us, but I'm in the back because they step forward and I step back.
You push your boys in front?
Damn right. So then when shit is going off and I'm looking like, well, we about to get whooped on. I take a bottle, crack it up somebody's head. Boom.
Did you break the bottle or did you not break
Broke the bottle.
Ouch.
Yes. African dude grabs me and we run. Listen, we ran for about 30 minutes. And it's in a country rush. It's dark. We're just running. Okay, that's one.
Okay, don't leave. So you're running.
We're running.
You found your way home.
Yeah, we found our way. We ended up catching a taxi, and then that was the end of that night.
Okay.
Obviously, you ended up being okay.
Yeah. No, they killed me. They killed me, and I came back to life.
Okay.
So then Poland. Now this is a crazy. Was it? Yeah, Poland. This is a crazy story.
Okay. Again, let's say, are you in the city or are you in the country?
Poland. This was the country.
There's no city in Poland.
Warsaw.
Warsaw's cracking. I partied.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I mean,
so I'm in the country. It's on the borderline, right where Ukraine and Poland. Like my map situation isn't even this good. I don't know maps like that, but I know this because they fucked me up. They fucked me up bad.
They caught you this time.
They caught me this time. It wasn't no bother for me to hit them from the back and take off. So we were in Yaroslavl. Yaroslavl was the name of it.
And I think you're pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, exactly. So we go to the club. We lost the game. I'm with my American. I was mad at my Polish players because they play like trash. So I'm in the...
Did you hear what he said, E? He said, I'm with my American. You were the damn American on the team, right?
Yeah, I was the American.
So why you say with my American? You've been in Korea too long,
I've been in Korea too long.
You've been in Korea too long.
I've been in Korea
You were the American back then.
I thought I was a local player. I was.
You're Polish. Okay.
So I was with the American.
Okay.
So we was drinking.
The other American.
We finished a whole bottle just between me and him, vodka bottle. You know, this is like the real vodka.
And you can't drink, so that's a lot for you.
Dude, I was a beast back then.
I believe that back then, but I'm talking about now.
Man, 3 kids, man. I told you. What happens when you have 3 kids, man?
Okay.
Everything goes away. So, man, this shit's taking long. So anyway, I'm gonna shorten it up. So our teammates keep calling us. We go out to the club, finish another bottle off. He's on the dance floor. I'm at the bar drinking with my teammates. They ended up leaving. Because, you know, we're young, we're thirsty, so we're trying to catch anything we can catch. So we're there till the club finishes. We go out. It's a bunch of skinhead dudes out there just huddled up.
Waiting for you.
I don't know if they're waiting for us, they're just huddled. So we're walking through, they're fucking with us, bumping us and shit like that. All I know is I hear a bunch of gravel from the feet going on, and I just turn around, I'm fucked up. I just see fists coming. So I'm trying to go. And then my teammate, he's 6'8".
Now for what? For just being there, or were you guys doing something?
Okay, so I'm gonna get to that. So we're blocking, and all I can think was, don't have my back on the ground. They're gonna stomp me to sleep. So the whole time I'm trying to keep my balance. I'm still trying to run. I'm trying to run. Once again, we ran for like 15 minutes.
First instinct.
Run, get the fuck out. So we're running. So finally when we stop, I look at him. I'm like, damn. His name was Roberto Gittins. I said, Roberto, they fucked you up. Because his teeth, 3 teeth here were pushed back. So he goes, nah, little nigga, you fucked up. They cracked my jaw here and cracked it here to where, say your teeth is like this, right? And your gums support it. One side had went down, so my gums are here and all these teeth had went under. So I thought all my teeth were gone, right? So then I run. So after that, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked up. I'm like, I gotta go pick up my teeth. They gotta put my teeth back in. So I'm running back there. It's nighttime because we're in the country, it's dark. And I can't see because I finished off 2 bottles and some shots. So I'm going there and I'm picking up what I'm thinking are my teeth. So finally the ambulance come, I give it to the EMT. I'm like, yo, I don't even know he understands me. Yo, these are my teeth. You gotta hold them for me, keep them in. So afterwards, when I woke up, my shit was swollen and then my teeth were back. So I asked them, so they ended up relaying the nurse and they told me I picked up pebbles off the ground.
What if they would have just been like, all right, and they put the...
I just had some hot shit.
This American said he wants
to put them in there, so we had to stick them in there.
Yo, it's like playing out there, like...
Nah, it was, no, so then Roberto... He came, when I saw him, his teeth like had braces and they were fucked. So he came and he saw me. He was like, bro, I'm sorry. I was like, yo, what happened? He said, I was on the dance floor and I was dancing with this chick and I guess dudes ain't like it. But he said then he didn't have no beef. He said he just left and came to where I was. So it wasn't like no argument.
They just saw you dancing with a white girl or something.
Yeah.
Or him.
Yeah.
Right, man. Like, you know the funny thing is, man, I feel like this, I never got caught. But like there were situations like in Germany, like Poland, France, like same shit. Like there's a heavy amount of racism around the world.
Yeah.
And you go catch the brunt of it, especially if some guys see like you doing something that like they don't like. Because they're very like territorial about shit like that. They'll get all their skinhead buddies together or whatever it is, and then.
But if you ask them, they will say it's country pride.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I kept asking you if it's country or city, because in America, I remember when Oklahoma City moved from Seattle to, the Sonics moved to Oklahoma City. And they were saying a lot of the people out there wouldn't let the basketball players into the clubs and stuff like that. And are there places for you where in America that you're scared to go, like as far as country-wise? Or
the Midwest.
That same exact situation that you just described, like when I was with the Globetrotters, we went through South Dakota, and the same thing happened, and one of the guys on our team got put in prison.
I would be...
For a whole year.
For what?
For getting beat to hell by a whole bunch of white boys in the club.
Listen, Midwest probably is what scares me the most. Midwest.
Bro,
even in the Midwest, though, you wouldn't be scared to go to Chicago. That's the Midwest. City, you wouldn't be scared.
Well, when I say Midwest, I mean
the country.
The Midwest, like in that center, North Dakota, above Tech,
that's what I'm saying,
that Midwest.
When we were there, because I played in Sioux Falls. I played there. And like when we were there, everyone on the team was like, look, don't go here. Don't go there. There was one place that we could go where all the minorities hung out at night.
The Green Book.
Like people that were like on witness protection and all the guys from our team, right? Because also like in those places there were, I swear to God, like we was in there like in the middle in this like little like, it was like a Sherry's. It wasn't even like a bar. We go in there and then there was like a whole bunch of dudes. I'm like, where y'all from? They're like, I'm from Chicago, but that's between you and me.
Yeah.
And like, so like, I'm like, what are y'all doing out here in the middle of nowhere? And it had to be witness protection, and that was the rest of our team, right? And then like, you go to the games and like, you just see, man, people just be like, all right. Like the guy that had like the big game or whatever would go out to like Buffalo Wild Wings and there'd just be dudes in the parking lot just like waiting.
Yeah.
Like
I believe it.
You couldn't even go to like, we go to Walmart and people would slam the door in our face. The only guy in the
At Walmart.
At Walmart.
Because
like,
of that stuff in the States, though, I feel like it's better out here in Korea for my kids. Like that program that we went on, that was more of just us telling our story and our experience. But we're not trying to be like, oh, this is effed up. Like this ain't right. Like
right.
We're just like, listen, this is just our life. This is what we're experiencing. Yeah, it's not right, but I just want people to know like shit is worse.
But
in other parts of the world.
I talked to even my wife, right? And so I grew up having a very secure sense of America because we were always rolling around with my dad, who's a big 6'8" white guy, right? When we were kids, right? But now I think if I had to go on that same road trip through Montana, through the Dakotas, by myself with my Asian wife and my kids.
Total different feel.
I would think that my wife probably wouldn't want to do it. Like, because some of her friends, Gonzaga, it's right across the mountains. You got Seattle, you go over the mountains, still in Washington State, same state. She said her friends who are from Hawaii, Asian Americans, they went into a bar and they had kind of a similar experience where like, you got to leave this town, like telling them just because they're Asian. And it's like a country thing. So
one of the guys from our school, like when we left University of Portland, like a couple of our guys like transferred and went out, right? One of the guys, like a light-skinned dude from Portland, transferred to school in Idaho. And so he was driving back and forth to school. And like one night, like a guy from like the local KKK like chapter drove him off the road and like tried to kill him. Just because he was playing basketball in like a...
No, I believe it.
It's like out there, man, like even in Washington State, like outside of Seattle, north, like there's militia, there's Klan, there's all kinds of shit out in the country, man.
Yeah.
It's like...
No, Midwest is probably more...
Like in America, like the danger that's associated with racism is different than like, like you could actually die.
Yeah.
Out here, they might call you a name or something.
Yeah. Or not get an opportunity or something, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, America's like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, there's a lot of good stuff about it, but there's a lot of like...
I'll tell you what, I miss the shit out of America, though.
Yeah.
America, I still miss you, America.
Oh, let me ask you this.
I still miss you, goddammit.
So, when we're talking about... Because, Tony, you're pretty famous for, like, not having a lot of friends anyways. So.
Okay. Well, good start. Let's go.
I was just asking you. Because I know... I used to have a ton of friends back in the day. Come back from overseas and you hang out with your friends. I have like one person that I call when I go back to the States because everyone's busy, you lose touch. You've been overseas for Europe and Korea. You added all
18.
It's a long time.
19.
Do you still have like if you just went back to Atlanta or LA? Do you got a crew still?
No, I have individual friends.
Did you ever have a crew? You had a
yes,
crew at
I
one
did.
point. I had a crew.
When I was in Europe and I would play there for 9-10 months and come back, I had a crew.
And it was nice. You come back.
It was, bro.
Everybody.
Listen. Mount up.
Exactly.
And we're going
out.
We're going to the club. We're pulling.
But it's like this, though. Like the first couple of years you go back, right? You come back to that crew. But then 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. Like all of a sudden, like the crew gets smaller because like
that's true. That's true.
Because like people get married and people don't have like all of a sudden you get older too. You're not gonna do the same things you did at at 18, 19, 20 as you are when
I'm
you're like 35?
gonna say the year before I came to Korea though, I was still having them.
Yeah, but we were still like what? Like in our
That was
20s?
like
I was
12
20.
years ago, bro.
Man, you got me reminiscing. I'm smiling so big right now. Yeah, I had a great time back then.
Those were the days. And also, like,
God.
most of my friends hoop.
What happened?
So we would just, in the summertime, you get together, you hoop all day, and then party all night.
Man.
And repeat.
Because it's like when you're playing overseas and you come back, like you're usually friends with people that do the same thing. So you all got the same schedule: work out, party, do it again. And then you go back to overseas to go and do that overseas.
But the main thing, everybody was single, so everybody's trying to party.
Yes. Right.
Everybody's
Yes.
trying to pull. So regardless what you're doing, you're gonna meet up at a certain time.
You know what the worst thing was? The worst thing is like when a whole bunch of your boys get married and you're the only guy that's not. And then like their wives don't want you hanging out because they're like, oh,
Bad
you
influence.
Take them out to the
See,
club.
I got married at 30, so I know how the other side feels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't like that guy. He's
Wait, hold on. You can say this. Did Mina say anything about me and Eric?
no,
I don't want you hanging out with Eric and Dan.
no, he never said that.
We just used to get drunk at the piano jump on the corner.
Yeah,
we just like
yeah.
stumble home.
Yeah, no, never.
So a couple episodes ago, we talked about phase two. Like we're done with phase one, which is basketball, and now we're on to phase two.
Yeah.
So you're doing entertainment. Tell us about your upcoming projects. We've seen. We worked with Big Ha and some stuff, and I know you and Ha got some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
What tell us about that.
Yeah, me and Ha, we got this thing we're shooting right now called Ha Te, like Ha Seung-jin and Taepung. We shot 2 episodes already. We're shooting our 3rd this week. It's an 8-episode thing. It's really just me and Ha, just 2 goofy guys who are retired from basketball, trying to do other sports. And, we're just goofing off, talking a lot of smack, getting beat up.
You know, one of the things seeing you guys interact, I've always been kind of jealous, like, of the fact that, like, you found someone like him that was here for you, that looked out for you, that you had a good friendship with. Like, because even if you guys weren't shooting, this is the shit that you guys
we
do,
just do it
anyways,
anyway.
right? It's cool that the rest of like Korea can see this, but like I always wish that like we would have met a friend in like this, to like hang out with afterwards, because that.
No, I talk to my wife about it all the time.
That's really cool,
Like I
man.
got lucky that I played on the same team with Ha, and I'm lucky that Ha had his life experience.
Yeah.
So when he met with me at that time, he already kind of could understand the difficulties that I was going through.
Yeah.
So he looked out for me a lot, man. Playing basketball, even after, because if it wasn't for Ha, I wouldn't even be doing this. I would have just tried to just train basketball, just live that life. But he was like, "Yo, Hyung, this shit is fun."
Well, it's hard. It's hard to break in. Not only are we different because we grew up in America, but all the Korean basketball community is really small. They all played together since like kindergarten, right? And so by the time they're pro, it's like they don't need any new friends, right?
Bro.
And plus, we're competition for them.
Bro, you know what? When I think about Korean basketball here, I think about basketball in the 80s in the States. Because think about it. Back then, you had no individual training. You had no really one-on-one plays. It was more of just team play, moving around. Fast break is when you push.
Hoosiers.
Showtime. Yeah, like that. That's exactly how they practice now.
But it's ironic. When we played the North Korean national team, right? All the guys on the team were like, "That's what Korean basketball used to look like 20 years ago." I'm like,
that's what it looks like now.
I'm like,
what's the difference?
it don't look that much different to me right now.
And we can't talk about basketball anymore. So we're talking about something else.
No, I got one last question.
All right.
I got one last question for you, because you coming out of Georgia Tech, and we talked about this in the sauna. You were like on the cusp, like you were like there at the NBA. Now, back in '90s NBA, it was just a different world. Like everything was on like physical. Like you had to be a jumper. You had to be like Alonzo Mourning body.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard, right?
Yeah.
Do you think in today's skill-based NBA, where you got a lot of smaller players, guys that aren't in the weight room, they're in the gym shooting more, working on their skills, more personal training. Do you think if you would have came out later, like 10 years later, you would have had more of a fighting chance to get into the NBA?
No, I say less.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
With my height and my same athleticism, because now these younger guys are more athletic, they're getting taller. But if you're telling me right now, 10 years later, no, I'd be too small. I feel like the NBA is getting bigger.
Do you think there's any? Do you think there's anyone?
small ball.
No, you crazy. Because if you look at it, no. If you look at it, back then you had 6 foot, 6'1", like 4 or 5 get drafted some years in the draft. Now the point guard is 6'3", 6'4", like, and they consider that
Luka.
to be a good size.
So think about.
Do you think your height is what kept you?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Either it was my height, or I needed to be more athletic than I am.
So Tony, so like back then, like when you were like going through training camps and summer league and all that kind of stuff, like who in the league at that time were you like, yo, I could, like, he plays like me, or I could do what he does?
At that time, Travis Best was in the league.
Right.
Damon Stoudemire had just gotten out.
Right.
Well, you could probably post up David Stoudemire.
What? I saw him in pickup one day. I saw him in pickup. You know how your head like goes up like this when you I was like this, like, yo, I'm bigger than you.
There's a lot of guys. Tyus Edney.
Tyus Edney. God, who was? That was so long ago. I can't remember who the guards
Earl
were.
Boykins, you're posting him up.
Yo, Earl Boykins was nice. I don't think I wanted none of Earl Boykins' smoke.
he
Yo,
was
I
strong.
used to watch
He was
Earl like,
strong, though.
and he's going full court.
Yeah, he's strong.
Yeah, I don't want none of Earl Boykins. He was a monster.
So now, if you look at the NBA, okay, like you name some guys that were like basically, you're like, okay, I could have played because these guys are playing were like similar. Now in today's NBA, you look at it. Is there anyone that you'd be like, you know what, I could do what he does because he's like basically plays how I played?
Vandervliet. Is that his name?
Van Fleet,
Van Fleet.
No, it's what's his first name? Jeff.
Fred.
Fred
Yeah, you just made up some
Fred
shit.
Van Vliet. It's Van Vliet.
Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's nice. But when I watch him, I'm like, yo, he's nice. Like, I could have did that. Because he's not big. He's not crazy athletic. But he just got skills.
Yeah,
you know?
he definitely like slow like you.
But he...
Tony, in our primes, do you think you could have beat me in a race?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
These long legs?
Dude.
Bro, you don't know
In a
how
60
fast I was.
What is it, 40 or 60?
I feel like Tony, our relationship
In
is
football-
Tony's always trying to mushie me.
In football, what is it? Is it 40 yard or 60 yard?
I'm not talking about that.
I think it's a 40.
40, right?
Okay,
Yo,
I'll give you the
40?
Okay, the 40.
Smoked you.
Your small legs. Okay, 400.
First of all, I'm not racing you to 400.
I'm saying nobody wants me in the 400 back in my prime.
And I don't want to race you in your 400.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's too long of a run.
So you admit I'm faster than you. Okay, next question.
All right, 400, you got it.
E, should we do the quiz?
Yeah, man, we prepared the quiz, man. Give you want me to ask some of these?
Let's ask Tony. Do you want the speed round or do you want the quiz?
What you want, Tony?
Man, you can give me whatever. I don't care.
Let's start with Eric, the quiz.
All right, so I
take your time.
got some questions that we prepared, especially for you. Okay, the funny quiz.
This is dope.
All right, if you were stranded on a desert island,
Ooh.
what 3 things would you take with you?
Ooh. Stranded on a desert island.
And let you know, if you say something stupid, I'm going to pick holes in that shit. Like, poop, poop,
All
poop.
right, that's fine.
Okay.
But this is before marriage, right?
Yeah.
Why does everything got to be...
I gotta have me like a slut bag.
Okay.
Gotta have me a slut bag to relieve my stress.
Slut bag? Okay.
Gotta have me a
All right.
slut bag.
So that's the number one option?
Yeah, number one
Okay,
option.
Slut bag.
And 2 more things.
Okay, but a slut bag, you got to... There's like coconuts. You got to like... Now 2 more people
Okay,
eating up
that's
all the...
fine,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
Can I say like a boat? So can I get off the island?
Nah, man, you're stuck on the island.
I'm stuck on the island. All right. So I got my slut bag. Might want me some chicken.
Okay.
Some chicken. I need me some chicken out there. And maybe a goat.
A goat. A chicken and a goat.
Yeah.
The chicken and a goat.
I think I could survive off that.
Interesting you didn't say water, but okay, go. Next
No,
question.
All right.
Next question.
I'm going to milk the goat and I'm going to drink the goat milk.
All right.
If it gets bad, I'll eat the goat.
A slut bag, chicken, and a goat.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. If you're stranded in Gangnam Station, what 3 things would you need? You
A
can't
mask.
leave. A mask.
Okay, mask. Perfect.
A mask.
All right.
Gangnam Station. I would need my phone.
Also before marriage.
Oh, wait a minute.
Slut bag. Slut bag.
Wait a minute, step back. So forget the mask. I would need my Justin Timberlake JT outfit so I can get swaggy on them.
Okay.
Swaggy outfit.
Swaggy outfit. Need a soju bottle in my hand.
Soju bottle.
Okay.
And some cash in my pocket. I'm ready to go.
solid picks.
Because I'm probably going to the club.
Solid
Got you,
picks.
Got you.
Probably
All right.
going to the club.
All right. I know you're a big like sneakerhead for the people. Wait. Yeah,
I
for
used
the,
to be.
for the people that don't know, Tony's a
used to be.
sneakerhead. He always stayed fresh.
I
always
used
had,
to be.
Always had the fire.
3 kids.
I remember before you went to one team, you were like, I really want to play with them because the red jerseys really go with my J's. I remember
Yeah,
this.
that's how I used to think.
So like I'm saying right this, if you had to pick one pair of shoes to wear for the rest of your life,
Every game.
just
Kobe 4s.
Kobe 4s.
Ooh.
Kobe 4s.
You
Those shoes are so comfortable.
Rest in peace.
All right.
And yeah, it's a legend.
What's your favorite Korean ice cream?
Oh, good one.
like I get in Korea?
Just
like Baskin Robbins?
No.
Peony Jump. We're talking about Peony Jump. Is
Peony
it like
Jump.
Bologna or like
Convenience store for our listeners.
I don't know any. I don't really eat it.
You don't eat the ice cream?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't eat sweets.
Yeah, I don't eat sweets like this. Tears my stomach up.
All right. Next question. So I know that also, like, you know, me and my brother also have tried like basically every hairstyle in the book, and I know that going through your history of playing, you've tried almost every hairstyle in the book.
According to Dan, I had one hairstyle.
No, you've had this one for at least 10 years. You haven't changed it, bro.
Do you have any hairstyles that you tried that you regret?
Yeah, I cut the all off one time when I first came because
When you shaved it?
we practiced so hard, my hair was wet.
I kind of like that. You had a good hairline back then.
No, my shit
Back
was
then.
terrible.
Back then.
My shit was back here. That was the worst. I can't go with the all. If I do it, I gotta go like razor.
Razor?
Yeah, I gotta go razor.
The shaved head?
The shaved head was.
Is
the
it ever
worst.
coming back?
Okay.
The shaved head?
Uh-huh.
It might when I'm like 60, 65.
Okay.
All right, final question. Like a lot of times, like I know, or what I've heard anyways, like when you get married, like you might get like a pass. Like say like some supermodel or some like say Rihanna came, right? Ooh. If you get a pass, who would it be?
It's gotta be
Rihanna, Beyonce, someone like on this kind of like level.
You know
who
it would be?
Who would it be?
Jessica Alba before kids.
Ooh.
Or what's her name from Guardians of Galaxy?
For my wife out there, I personally believe women look more mature and more sexy after kids. But go ahead.
No, the thing is, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
If she came after the kids, yeah, but she got kids now, so I'm like, all right, you might need to be home with your kids.
Okay.
I don't know why you get
that's what it was.
Like this strange dick over here.
Okay.
But what's the going from Guardians of Galaxy?
Ah, the one in the Columbia movie.
Yes. Oh,
I know you're talking about.
yeah,
the green girl.
Yeah, her too. Ah, gosh. You know, my wife be jealous of her because I always end up, like once a month, I'm looking. Saldana.
Soldana, something like, isn't her name Soldana?
But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Her.
Yeah,
those two. That's like my type right there.
Okay.
That's my type.
All right. So those are my questions. You want to give them the speed round?
Okay, speed round. I don't want you thinking too much. All right.
I don't do that anyway. Don't worry about that. I don't do that too much.
I was gonna say. Okay, speed round.
Don't be a PG, be a big man.
Speed round. And one
Rated R.
And I made the second question is for our Korean fans. Okay. God, we didn't get to like half the shit we were trying to talk. You need to be our recurring guest.
You're talking so much.
Bro, I can get a word in edgewise. All right.
Bumping your gums.
Okay, here we go. Speed round. LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Oh, you said Jordan.
No. Because you said LeBron first.
All right, speed round. Tony Akins or Kim Seung-yeon?
He didn't. Did you answer the question? The first one?
Jordan.
He said Jordan. Okay. He said Jordan.
Tony Akins.
Okay. Ace or Malia?
That's crazy.
You got to do it.
That's crazy.
You got to do it.
I'm not doing that.
Okay,
Fuck
Pat.
that one. I'm not doing that one.
Strawberry jam or raspberry jam?
Strawberry.
Outkast or T.I.?
Outkast.
Atlanta or L.A.?
L.A.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was tough.
And I know.
You're always claiming ATL.
I love Atlanta, but L.A. is where I want to live.
Biggie or Pac?
Ooh.
Come on, man. Speed round.
That's tough. Biggie.
Okay. Korean chicken or Southern fried?
Damn, Southern. These some good ass questions. Southern fried.
Oh, I'm about to fight you.
These some good ass questions though.
Apple or Samsung?
Apple.
Oh, we just lost all of our Korean listeners. Street Fighter or League of Legends?
Street Fighter.
The one game.
These some good questions, bro. These some good questions. Oh,
that's our speed round.
Hold on.
Started making me sweat. Those are good questions.
I had one more question.
Okay.
Jordan 11, high or low?
Ooh. Now that I'm retired, low. When I was playing, high.
Why is it? They're the same shoe, but the low is more comfortable.
Low is more comfortable.
I don't know why.
Because we're older. Yeah. Our ankles got fatter. I don't know. Ask your forehead now. Ask your forehead who got older.
Yo, what I want to know is how come your beanie keeps sliding back?
Because the forehead's like this. Mother, if you don't let me the fuck out of here.
It needs to breathe. Tony, you about to be here.
If you don't let me the fuck out of here and show my strength.
Tony, I saw you last week, but you're getting closer and closer.
Fam, I mean, I'm not going to fight it like you fight it. I'm not hiding my shit.
If I show you my high school pics, and you can attest to this, it's the same. I'm not receding.
No.
Me too. Me
Oh,
too.
you
In my
lied,
high
you
school
lied.
pics, they were the same.
I
It's
want to
not
see your high
receding.
school pics.
It's not receding.
Next time we have you on, you bring your high school pics, I'll bring mine.
Dude, you gonna be like, that's
High
a
school stand-up?
That's
You
a
can see like,
debonair.
wow.
You can be like, that's a debonair fellow right there.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Yo, Tony, man, just want to say thank you for like coming up and giving us some of your time, man. Know
Oh
you're busy.
man, I
but-
enjoyed myself
But yeah, man, we'll have to, if you got time in the future, man, have you come back on.
for sure.
Yeah, we need to have Tony Corner as a recurring guest. We had actually and correct me if I'm wrong. You probably had a lot of stuff prepared. I didn't get to none of my stuff. Really.
Because of you, bro. You bump your gums. You're like a machine, bro. You don't let it stop.
Next time we have Tony on, it's just Tony time.
Tony time.
All right. Anyways, thanks a lot, bro.
Man.
I know you're busy, but I
was good, man. I had a
appreciate
good
having
time.
you out.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Yo, let's go get something to eat after this.
All right. Sounds good.